Welcome back. Is it time to play a game of pool? Or billiards as you'd call it over there? No, it is not. It is time to do some bonding with Jusis. Once again. Horses are wonderful creatures. After spending some time with yours, I have to admit that I am feeling more optimistic. Despite the fact that I'm still freezing after all the time outside. Perhaps I should head over to the tavern, get a hot cup of tea. Yes. That should make planning our next move easier. I completely agree. I wouldn't mind a cup myself. I know how you feel. Yes, let's go. A nice cup would hit the spot right now, actually. Mind if I tag along? I'll help you brainstorm. No objections here. Rean and Jusis then walked to the tavern, and both of them ordered their tea as any fine Erebonian gentleman would. Indeed. Oh, you're here, Rean. Hey, Alf. Hey, Kiki. Hello. Welcome to our tavern. Thank you for your hospitality. Are the two of you going off to play somewhere? Uh-huh. We're not sure what we're going to do, though. I wish we could have more snow like the last time you were here. That'd be fun. Please, no. I'm glad to see you're back to your usual cheerful self, Alf. I was horrified when I heard those Jaegers had used you as a hostage, but you don't seem to be too worse for the wear. They didn't? It was no big deal. And Mr. Barron saved me in the end. He's just trying to act tough. He spent hours crying afterwards. No, I didn't. Anyway, now that we've run into you, maybe you could come play with us? You haven't been able to play together in forever. I don't know. We've got a pretty busy afternoon ahead of us. I see no harm in joining them. We can't spare too long, but we could certainly play for a little while. Really? Yay! Okay, let's go outside then. What's gotten into him? It's feeling a bit guilty. Rean and Jusis were then led outside by Alf and Kiki. And after a brief debate on what to play, they decided to go with the classic hide and seek. Everyone ready? Ready. I found you, KK. Already? Well, that's boring. Okay, now to find everyone else. I found you, Rean. Wow, you couldn't have picked a place that was less obvious? Well, of course it's going to be easy to find me if you both are looking for me. Guess that just leaves Jusis. Okay, come on, let's go find him. I mean, you're not even trying there, mate. Huh? What you doing here, Jusis? Nothing. Now go away. There he is, I found him. I mean, like, dude, you may as well just stood in the center of town. That didn't take long. You all suck at hide and seek. Yeah, I'm with Kiki on this. Huh? You playing hide and seek? That sounds fun. I want to play too. Oh dear, Jusis. After Milliam joined in, they all played hide and seek for a short while longer, with each of them taking turns at being the seeker. Man, children really do have unlimited energy. I'd say a certain classmate of ours has far too much energy even by those standards. Still, I can never quite become used to playing outside. It's been a while since I last played outside like this. Wasn't expecting you to join in either. I know you're always a hit with the kids and all, but still. I wanted to do something to raise their spirits a little. The sooner that boy can forget that awful memory of being taken as a hostage, the better. So that was what you were trying to do. It's really nice of you, Jusis. Still, you don't need to worry so much. The children of Ymir are made of sturdier stuff than you think. The thing we can do is make sure they never have to go through anything like that again. Indeed. I, for one, have no intention of allowing my father to do anything so foolish ever again. But I know that I won't be able to stop him alone. I hope to have all of you standing at my side. That goes without saying. As both nobles and members of Class 7, we have a duty to do whatever we can. Good. Alright, so up next is whoever was on the other side. Ah, Instructor Sara. Are we gonna get drunk? Well, seeing as Toval and Miles are safe, I'm guessing all the braces here in Erebonia are probably okay. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbell, though. Can't even get in touch with Wenzel. Friend of yours? We go back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually he packed up and moved to Crossbell. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild to us. You've got enough on your plates as it is. Just focus on what move you guys are gonna make next. Feel like you need a break. I'd be happy to join you, though. Maybe I should take her up on that. Yes? Sounds nice, actually. Would you mind hanging out for a while? Striking while the iron's hot, I see. Alright, I could use the company. Actually thinking of heading to the tavern for a drink or two. I knew it. Just say to a little change of venue. That's fine with me, but I'll stick with living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on then. No sooner had they arrived at the tavern than did Sara ask Gerald for alcoholic recommendations. And after she offered to pay, Rean settled on a ginger ale. Ah, this is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing too. I had no idea you could make something so good out of rice of all things. It's a kind of alcohol from the east that Master Kafai brought here, I believe. Gerald said it's called Junmai Shu. Junmai Shu? That Master Kafai sure knows his stuff. Sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, so I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you asked. But you might want to cut down on the booze. Things so shaky now, you never know when you'll need to take action. I know, I'm not planning on getting myself plastered. And you've got that discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I've earned a bit of alcoholic relaxation time, personally. After all, I went cold turkey while I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet, sweet relief? Sure, relief. Let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time, anyway? Didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. Oh, I was just lying low, gathering what information I could through connections from my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, the capital in particular. That kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find anything out? No more than you did yourself, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping information from leaking out of the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Kreutzen province to follow the Alliance's movements from there. And that was when I ended up getting in contact with Jusis. I see. Pretty impressive you were able to do so much all on your own. Heh. While working alone and gathering information are two things I had to get used to during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you've managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers, under orders from Duke Alvarea. Fortunately, there were no fatalities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. Dad's woken up now too, so there's been no real long-term damage there. We had the goddess's blessing in that respect. Sorry I couldn't be there to help when you needed it most, Rean. You don't need to apologize. You couldn't have possibly known what was going to happen. Is something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it was that your dad's okay. Yeah, sure. He always seemed like such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome too. He's married. Don't like where this is going. Oh, relax, I'm just kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you made it this far. You can make it the rest of the way too. Just keep your eyes on the future. That starts by deciding what to do next. You're right. We'll all be counting on your support. This stuff is awesome. Can you at least let me finish before you wind up passed out on the floor? No! After finishing her drink, Rean led an ever so tipsy instructor Sara back to the Phoenix Wings. Oh dear, oh dear. Deadly assist. Alright, let's see what you got next. Yawn. All those drinks got me feeling kinda sleepy. Can't afford to doze off during your discussion later. Maybe I should go out and get some air. Little exercise always sobers me up faster for some reason. How about it? Want to join me? What should I do? Yes. Alright then. I'm up for it. You are? Attaboy, Rean. Actually, since we've got plenty of morning left to fritter away, I've got an idea. What would you say to a little one-on-one training? Sounds good to me. Just maybe don't rough me up too much. Well, let's take this somewhere a bit less populated then, shall we? Yeah, might help. Together, Rean and Sara headed out onto the valley. There they found a nice, quiet area to hold their impromptu training session. Pant. You've definitely gotten stronger while I've been away. Good to see that getting that knight of yours hasn't caused you to start slacking on your training. I'm still no match for you, though. She's holding back, but only just. I think if I really try, I might just be able to beat her. She clearly wants me to do it. If that's what she wants, then I'll show her just how much I've improved. You're all fired up now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's pick things up from where we left off. Right. To actually get to fight would be nice. Come on, that all you got? Hope it isn't, because you're not gonna be able to rescue your sister or the princess if that's the best you can do. Ugh. Remember when I said you were the center of Class 7? Well, I still feel that way, even now. And I won't rest easy until I know that center's capable of beating me on his own at least once. Rawr. Hi. He's... Sure. He's sure. Jack. I'm so sorry, are you alright, Rean? Yeah, I'm fine. Just... Do you know where my arm is? Maybe we can get it reattached. I should have known that I was no match for you. Phew. No, that was your victory, not mine. What do you mean? I knew that last attack of yours was going to be far more powerful than I thought you were capable of. So I was forced to stop holding back in order to block it. That's a victory in my book. Clearly all that stuff you've been doing has been great for your training. I'd really like to think so. Can we go back? I'm bleeding profusely. I chalked that one up to luck, personally. I wasn't even thinking. It was more like my body acted on its own. But I need a lot more practice before I can pull off feats like that at will. Whose will? If you understand that, then I need to say no more. But don't worry. I'm sure that if you train enough, you'll be able to do it. Have faith in yourself, yeah? You got both the potential and the mindset to achieve great things. I'll try. Try as you might. Now exhausted and bleeding out, the two of them went back to the village. Don't even want to think about how badly that last attack could have hurt him. I feel like this war's causing the old me to resurface. Dun dun. I'm sure it's fine. Right, so who's last up? Whoever's around here, which I'm guessing is Elliot. I mean, I should have guessed before I looked around the corner, but... Ah well. Sitting here brings back memories. Remember trying to lock down ideas for our concert in the middle of our trip? Guess it wasn't that long ago, but it was like another lifetime. Especially since Crow was with us then. Or was he? Because it didn't seem to be that case. Wait, anyway. Yeah, it really does. It's not another lifetime, is it? It's this one. There's no reason that all of us hanging out, having fun, has to stay a thing of the past. The only hard part is figuring out how to make that a reality again. Which is admittedly pretty hard. But I'm thinking of ways to make it happen. Doesn't really sound like he's getting anywhere. Maybe a break would help clear his head. Come on, Elliot. Let's take a break. The more frustrated you get over not being able to think of anything, the less like it is that you'll actually will. Yeah, I guess you're right. I know just the thing to clear my head. Used to play the lute, right? If it's still around, can we take a look at it? Let me see your lute, Rean. Rean and Elliot managed to scrounge up Rean's old lute from the darkest depths of the mansion. Instruments in hand, whoa! The two of them then headed over to the tavern. What kind of fool plays a lute? Well, we managed to get permission to play here, but I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty tense about this. I haven't touched this lute in forever, so playing it in front of a crowd all of a sudden is a bit, You'll be fine. Just play it like you played the guitar during the festival. One of the best things about music is that it can be made with a combination of instruments. Well, if you insist, I'll give it a go. Better to try and fail than not try at all, right? Well... And so the two started to play alongside one another. To their relief, the customers in the tavern seemed to enjoy the performance, even giving them a round of applause once it was over. Being polite, you know. Phew, that was actually pretty fun. See, I told you it would be fine. Not being up on a stage or having lights in your face takes off a lot of the pressure too. Sometimes used to perform like this at the concert cafe back at home. Oh really? Still, I'm guessing it'd be even more fun if I could play half as well as you do. I don't know if I'm really as good as you make me sound, Rean. I've got a lot of practice ahead of me. Decide to pursue a career in music. Emphasis on the if. That's right, your dad's finally given you permission to go through with it, if you want. Have you started giving it any serious thought yet? Yeah, a bit. Not that I'm getting anywhere. I'm happy to have his approval, but it's still not a decision I can make lightly. Probably silly to even be thinking about it now. I mean, we need to focus on getting through this war first. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with giving thought about your future when you can. You're right that it's something you can't take lightly, and it's still hard to tell how things will be after the war ends. But if pursuing a life of music is what you decide to do in the end, you've got my full support too, not just your dad's. Thanks, Rean. Right now, we need to focus on our future as a class. Once the war's over, then we can start living for the future. Yeah, you're right. To thank Gerald for letting them perform there, Rean and Elliot helped clean up the tavern. Once they were finished, they happily walked back to the Phoenix Wings. You can now play the A3 course. Snowboard. A course. A3. Okay, so we've got... We can only miss one flag. Ugh. Well, that went well. I mean, I planned that. It slowed me down, you know. That's how you move across faster. Interesting. Well, it's worth a try. You're doing well on the flags. I say that, I've jinxed myself now, haven't I? I thought maybe there'd be one behind it, but no. I was experimenting, Rean. Retry. It's just getting used to like the bouncing around and moving and stuff. Okay, it's good, it's good, it's good. Okay. So this one's like coming at it from this angle like that, yes. Good. Ooh, I thought I'd missed that one then. There we go, there we go.
I did it!
New record there. Finish. Nice work. That there was an expert level course too. Well, here's your prize, go ahead, take it. That it. Oh, and take this too. It's a new board that's gotten real popular among the youngsters. Purple dotted board. Select board on the course menu is now available. The difference between boards is purely cosmetic, so feel free to choose based on personal preference. And I'll be sure to keep the courses well maintained. If you feel like boarding again, just come on by. I certainly will. See you then. Alright, so I guess now it's really time for the rounds. I can't believe we actually met when we were kids. Guess that doesn't change things much though, does it? Nothing's more important than the bonds we've developed as members of Class 7. Father Bernard is always so dependable when it comes to medical care. Feel like I'm back to my old self again, which means it's about time I got out of bed and returned to business as usual. I'd strongly advise against that. You still need rest. And while I'm sure you're feeling out of shape from all the bed rest, so advise against going out hunting. But when can I go out hunting again? Your interests were so great. We could have lost you. Peace of mind, I'd like to keep an eye on your condition for another week. A whole week? Oh, well, if we must. His passion for hunting is still as strong as ever, I see. Can't deny my disappointment, but Father Bernard says I must, and I've little choice in the matter. But the minute I'm in the clear to hunt, I'll be bringing home a massive wild boar to celebrate. Count on it, Rean. Well, I'll count on it. His recovery is coming along nicely, but the battle isn't over yet. He still needs to rest as much as he can. There's no medicine more effective than time. You would say that, as a member of the Septian Church. You'll be meeting with your classmates today, yes? Yeah, there are a few things we need to cover before going forward. Plus, we need to talk about Elise and the princess, too. That determination in your eyes is so like your father's. No matter what path you choose to follow, always know that you have our support. Just remember to take care of yourself, alright? I will, I promise. I'm relieved to see your classmates are all safe and well. It's clear as day that you won't stop helping only them, however. Everyone you've met, students from the academy, your instructors, all the citizens from all the towns you've visited, all left their mark on you. And I know you want to help them just as much. I can't be more proud of you, Rean. Aww. I will take your father his meal a little later on. In the meantime, you should start preparing for your upcoming discussion. Don't worry, I'll be sure to cook you all a fine meal for that too. I still want to talk to Zeno and Leo about why they left me behind. But being part of Class 7 is more important to me now. And as long as I stay with you, I know I'll get my chance to ask them. Just question mark. Loteo's condition improving has no doubt caused Arthur to perk up as well. He truly loves his master, I can tell you that. I'll have to be sure to keep him well brushed when Lord Deo is fit to ride him again. Controlling his territory and slaying dangerous monsters are all important duties of a ruling lord, and I'm sure Lord Tail will soon be ready to resume doing so. Hold on just a while longer, Arthur. Indeed. Well, that made for some wonderful exercise. After a workout like that, I feel as though I'll be able to think of something truly excellent. Thank you, Rean, for providing me with the inspiration. I'll be sure to bring you an idea worthy of it. It's Angelica's orbal bike. I'll have to take good care of this in Angelica's place. Mr. Gizmo's an amazing craftsman. All he needs is some wood, and he can fix just about anything. You know, like how he patched up our roofs when they were all charred. He even fixed the open-air bath. Come to think of it, there are a lot of really cool guys in Ymir. Like everyone here is really good at something. Can't figure out who I want to be like most. Toval is pretty cool too. Even the grown-ups who visit Ymir are amazing. How am I supposed to figure out who to be like the most? To the surprise of no one, my wife ended up ordering a ton of useless junk. Again. This order's highlights include some castanets and a shaved ice maker. I can't imagine anyone actually buying those. I just toss them into the storehouse. Really don't know what goes through her head sometimes. She can be surprisingly sharp when she wants to be, but most of the time, more than anything, I just wish she'd stop ordering things that won't sell. It's a waste of money. I saw young Jusis in front of the store not long ago. He's such a handsome young man, isn't he? He could spend as long as he likes out there, if you ask me. It's good to see all of your other classmates back, too. Though I still feel like someone's missing. Am I imagining things? That someone would be gone for long, though. We'll bring him back. Feel like one of your classmates is still missing, but maybe it's just my imagination. Details, it's wonderful to have so many customers. Morning, Rean. We've got some meeting today, right? Yeah, Class 7's finally back together again. So we just need to hash out what we're gonna do from here on out. Makes sense. You know, hearing you talk like this makes me think Thor's was exactly what you needed. It's nice seeing you so focused, but don't get so caught up in your own thoughts that you forget to take a break now and then. Sure, it's just planning, but that's the easy part. What comes next is the tough part. You need to find some time to relax, okay? Got it, don't worry, I will. Your class is all back together, huh? I'm happy for you, Rean. And now that the cable car is running again, I'll be able to take you guys to the bottom of the mountain if you need it. Just say the word if there's anything I can do to help you guys out. Can you take me to the bottom? Would be nice. That was one tasty manju. Sharon's gonna be cooking up some grub for our discussion later, right? It's gonna be even better, I can't wait. Everyone else has the weight of the world on their shoulders. She's just riding along on top of it. I mean, that's Milliam being Milliam, isn't it? Sorry to spring that on you all of a sudden. I'm fine now, though. Please try to focus on what you and your classmates will do next now. If I can help you in any capacity as an Rump officer, I will. I wonder what Elise and Princess Altfin are up to right now. I'd like to believe they're safe and unharmed, but I can't say I have that much faith in the Alliance. I just wish we could hear something about them. Rumor, fact, anything. I wonder if they're in prison somewhere like it seems His Majesty is. The more time that passes without us hearing anything, the more worried I get. You found all your classmates now, right? Good news, good news. And you know what you do during good times, right? We drink! Come on, Gerald. Toast to Rean's classmates. Maybe if that was generally what you were celebrating, but you just wanted an excuse to drink. I know you do. Ah, you got me. Some things never change. I really am happy you found them all, Rean. Now we just need to... Young Lady Elise back too. Here's to finding her soon too. Cheers! Dear oh dear. No, not you. Dear oh dear. That's one less thing to worry about at least. Gonna have to have a word with Annabelle to never do something like that again now, won't I? Yeah, probably. The guild should probably follow your guys' example and figure out what we're gonna do next, to be honest. Hopefully we'll be able to keep working with you guys. Might be easier now that Sara showed up again. I'm down if you are. There we go. Yeah, leave worrying about the guild stuff to us. You guys have got your own stuff to take care of. Don't worry about what we so-called adults think. You guys just focus on figuring out what you want to do. When you finally do figure that out, I know for a fact it'll be something you can be proud of. That noble was working on something in the plaza yesterday. She said she was improving her fishing tackle or something. She's pretty weird for a noble. She had a hammer and saw out. Said she was working on improving some fishing tackle or something. She's pretty weird for a noble. Yeah, it's fair. No, that was so relaxing. And thank you again for encouraging me. I'll be sure to take what you told me to heart, I promise. Emma's been bright red ever since we got back. Typical. Everyone dilly-dallies all over the place while I have to be the adult and figure out what to do next. Tidying up the storehouse is such a pain in the neck. Maple, please make sure you don't say anything like that in front of our visitors. Although I can't deny that it's true. My back's starting to hurt even. Gee, I wonder why. Sure wish I had that problem. Please just stop. I wish she could act more like a maid sometimes. That and I wish she could be a little more sensitive. She's always making fun of the things I'm self-conscious about. I'm so envious. She's got the size, she's got the bounce, and those alone are seriously a deadly combo. Sharon's boobs are pretty impressive too, though. Wonder who's bigger between the two. Purple's clothes are always making it hard to tell how busty she really is. But I'll find out someday. Oh, I'll find out. We unfortunately spent more time outside than in, but the exercise did a reasonable job of warming me up. After all of that recreation, it's time for me to really start thinking. Need to decide how I should best act, both as a member of this class and as a noble of the Empire. I'm pleased to say the outdoor bath has been repaired at last. Gizmo made it look exactly how it used to be too. It was nice to see you enjoying it last night too. You were watching? Now the Phoenix Wings can finally return to business as usual. Do come and use the baths whenever you have the chance. I've had little faith in yourself, Rean. You've got the potential and the right mindset to accomplish great things. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how far you'll be able to go. I saw Lord Rufus a number of times back when I worked at the palace. Even saw him learning falconry from Lord Teo at a competition in Heimdall. He really seemed to be enjoying himself too. It's truly a shame that they're now on opposing sides. But never mind reminiscing, I have meals to prepare. I'll be sure to supply you with the finest food Ymir has to offer during your meeting today. I'm just as perplexed about what to do next as you are. I thought bouncing ideas off Elliot might help me think of something, but again, no dice. I'm afraid my thought process hasn't been much better. I want to look at that picture over there with the giant horse. Might be what I think it is. The Trojans, maybe? It goes without saying that saving Elise, Princess Alphen, and your dad takes top priority for me, but we need to consider the country as a whole before we commit to something. The war's taken away our right to be selfish, which means we need to weigh in on more than just what we want. As nice as it would be to abuse Valimar's power willy-nilly. I feel like I'm beating my head against a wall here. Maybe I'll go get a coffee, try to clear my mind. I mean, based on the size of the people, etc., it's like, yeah, that looks like the Trojan horse, doesn't it? Why have that picture here? What does it mean? Who knows? Probably nothing. Like, what's this? No idea. Looks like an actual proper painting and stuff, like from our world sort of thing. Stock images, but does anybody know what painting that is? Just intrigued. Performing review was just what the doctor ordered. Break's over now, though. Time to get back to thinking. Our futures are at a crossroads here. Can't make this decision lightly. I'm so glad you were able to find all of your classmates. I should probably go around and ask them all to take good care of you. Like a younger brother to me. And I love you dearly, but you have a habit. No, you have a habit. of finding trouble. Unless you really want to embarrass me, please don't. Well, if you insist, I feel as though I should, though. At the very least, I should ask your instructor to take good care of you on our behalf. Seriously, don't do that. Don't make me beg here. If you say so. I'm sure Zeo will keep watching out for us. But now that we know we've got a captive audience, we have to make sure we don't disappoint him. Still, as long as we're together, I'm sure we'll make him proud. Indeed. Right, so that should be it for the rounds now, so we'll end this part here. And the next part, we'll carry on with the story, have that little meeting. It'll all be lovely. So we'll see you then. Ta-ta for now.